Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're journeying back in time to uncover the life of one of history's most formidable and influential figures, Genghis Khan. Forget the stereotypes for a moment. This is the story of a boy named Temujin, who endured unimaginable hardship to unite the scattered tribes of Mongolia and build the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever seen. How did one man rise from the brutal plains of Central Asia to change the course of history forever? Stick around, because this story is more incredible than you can imagine. Our story begins around 1162, on the vast, unforgiving steppes of Mongolia. A baby boy was born, supposedly clutching a blood clot in his fist, a traditional omen that he was destined to be a great leader. This boy was Temujin. His father, Yesuge, was a minor clan chief, but his life was far from privileged. The Mongol tribes were in a constant state of conflict, raiding each other for resources, horses, and wives. It was a world where survival was a daily struggle. Tragedy struck early. When Temujin was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned by a rival tribe, the Tatars. His own clan, seeing him as too young and weak to lead, abandoned his family, leaving his mother, Holun, to raise her children alone in the wilderness. They were cast out, forced to survive by foraging for roots and fishing in the rivers. These years of poverty and persecution forged an iron will in young Temujin. He learned firsthand about betrayal, loyalty, and the brutal reality of power. It was during this time that he formed a crucial bond with a boy from another clan, Jamuka, who became his sworn brother, his Anda. As Temujin grew into a young man, his charisma and strength began to attract followers. But his troubles were far from over. His young wife, Berta, was kidnapped by the rival Merkit tribe, a common practice on the steppes. This was a turning point. Temujin, refusing to accept this fate, sought help. He went to Togrul, a powerful Khan of the Karite tribe and a former ally of his father. He also turned to his sworn brother, Jamuka. Together they amassed a powerful army, attacked the Merkits, and rescued Berta. This victory was a major statement. It wasn't just a personal triumph. It announced Temujin's arrival as a capable military leader on the Mongol stage. Following this success, Temujin's reputation soared. Warriors flocked to his banner, drawn by his generosity to his followers and his mercilessness to his enemies. Unlike other leaders who distributed spoils based on rank, Temujin shared the wealth with the warriors who fought alongside him, inspiring incredible loyalty. However, his rising power created a rift with his childhood friend, Jamuka. While Temujin favored a system based on merit, Jamuka championed the traditional aristocratic structure. Their friendship soured and turned into a bitter rivalry. The two once sworn brothers became the two main contenders for control of all Mongol tribes. The conflict between Temujin and Jamuka escalated into a full-blown war, a struggle for the soul of the Mongol nation. They fought several battles, with victories and defeats on both sides. In one of the most famous confrontations, Jamuka reportedly boiled 70 captured enemy chiefs alive, an act of cruelty that horrified many and caused them to flock to Temujin's side, who was seen as the more just leader. The final showdown came, and Temujin emerged victorious. Jamuka was eventually captured and delivered to Temujin by his own men. In a poignant end to their story, Temujin, honoring their past bond, offered to renew their brotherhood. Jamuka refused, stating that there can only be one sun in the sky, and asked for a noble death, one without the shedding of blood. Temujin granted his request. With Jamuka and all other rivals defeated, the path was clear. In 1206, a great assembly, or Kurultai, was held on the banks of the Onon River. The chieftains of all the now united Mongol and Turkic tribes gathered. There, they proclaimed Temujin as the supreme ruler of all the peoples of the steppe. He was given the title Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. This wasn't just a new title, it was the birth of a nation. Genghis Khan abolished the old tribal divisions that had caused so much conflict. He reorganized his people into military units based on a decimal system, units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, where loyalty was to the unit and to him, not to the old clans. He also established a written legal code known as the Yasa, which covered everything from property theft to adultery, creating a unified and disciplined society. With his people united and his army forged into the most disciplined and mobile fighting force on earth, Genghis Khan looked beyond the steppes. His gaze first fell upon the Western Xia Kingdom and the Jin dynasty in northern China. The Mongols, masters of cavalry and siege warfare, swept through these lands. They were innovators, adopting new technologies from the engineers they captured, like siege engines and catapults, which they used to conquer heavily fortified cities. But their greatest weapon was psychological warfare. They were known for their speed and brutality, often offering cities a chance to surrender. Those that did were often spared, but those that resisted faced utter devastation. This reputation often preceded them, causing many to surrender without a fight. The Mongol Empire then turned west, sparking a conflict with the powerful Khwarezmian Empire in Central Asia. After a Mongol trade caravan was massacred, an enraged Genghis Khan unleashed a multi-pronged invasion that completely obliterated the empire. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara, centers of culture and learning, were razed. This campaign expanded the Mongol Empire all the way to the Caspian Sea. Genghis Khan's empire wasn't just built on conquest, it was also a realm of surprising order. He established the Yam, an incredibly efficient postal relay system that connected the vast empire. He promoted trade and communication along the Silk Road, making it safer than ever before. He even decreed religious freedom for all his subjects, a policy far ahead of its time. In the year 1227, during a campaign against the Western Xia who had betrayed him, Genghis Khan passed away. The exact cause of his death remains a mystery. Some say it was from injuries sustained falling from a horse. Others say illness. Following his wishes, his death was kept a secret until the campaign was successfully concluded. He was buried in a secret, unmarked grave in his homeland in Mongolia, its location still one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. But his legacy was just beginning. He had laid the foundation for an empire that his sons and grandsons, like Ogedei and Kublai Khan, would expand even further, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. So how do we remember Genghis Khan? As a ruthless conqueror or a visionary nation-builder? The truth is, he was both. His conquests led to immense destruction, but they also connected East and West like never before, ushering in an era of trade, technological exchange, and communication known as the Pax Mongolica, or Mongol Peace. He was a man forged in the harshest of environments who rose to command the world stage, leaving an indelible mark on history that is still felt today. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through the life of Genghis Khan. What part of his story did you find most fascinating? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into history's most epic figures, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.